Yo, what is up, you guys? So in today's video, we're gonna look over some more free plugins. So last week we did the first plugin hunt, so we're gonna continue that, and I'm gonna be making a playlist for you guys. So every week I'll add the most updated video to that. So if you've missed an episode or so, just go back to the playlist. In the description below, I'll leave a link for that, and as well as all the plugins I'm going to show you in all of these videos. So I'm sure there'll be one person who's going to ask for a link when it's in the description, because that is the way YouTube works. So first plugin I'm going to talk about is the Glitch. So this is a really old plugin, but it is really awesome if you're on PC. So this is a PC only plugin, but there is a Mac version of this plugin, because there is a newer version of this plugin that is called Glitch 2, and that is for Mac and PC. Glitch 2 is more similar to Effectrix in the way it looks and kind of works. So it is cheaper than Effectrix, I believe, being around 50 bucks, maybe, I don't know. So I actually prefer this look over the Effectrix look. The Effectrix look has its benefits because you can put different effects over. You can have more than one effect playing at the same time, where in this you can only have one effect per space. So the way this works generally is with, let's select something that you can see. With the left click you can add in steps or the effect or whatever, and with right click you can make those longer, or just start deleting them out. So that's how it works. And then of course, if you want to, the way I like to start using this plugin is I'll go to the blank space, add in 16th note spaces, and then just kind of drop in effects and make them longer if I need to. So this plugin does a lot of cool stuff. You have pattern banks and you have your master effects and each effect down here. So the pattern bank is pretty neat if you're thinking in a DJ mentality. Like, let's say you have a blank initiated dry pattern bank, and then you have all the other ones mapped out to doing some sort of effects. So you can use this on your master as an effects machine and quickly just turn it off and on like that. And yes, that's just an idea there. So I think what this plugin is most famous for, I could go into all the other effects, but what this plugin is probably most famous for is the tape stop. So a few years ago, music used to be kind of like nowadays the trend is to kind of put a big snare or a pitch down effect on the last beat of a bar, where a few years ago that used to be a tape stop effect instead. And I believe that most people would go to this plugin. I mean, nowadays there's a lot of tape stop plugins, but I think this was a go-to back then for that kind of thing. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So as you can see, I have on the last beat of every bar in here. So this is 4 bars in here. I have a tape stop effect, and of course you can, if I wanted to just have one bar of this, I can change the length through here, or I could, move these around, try different timing. So, pretty cool stuff there. And, if I want to drop other effects, just click on them, and then right click, left click, whatever. And so let's just check this out. Let's hear what it sounds like. So let's just go to the group here, open this up, and let's go device on. So every time I want to use this plugin, I'll generally have it off and just turn on the effect when I need it. So that's what we'll have here. So let's listen to it. So that's it right there. Actually, there we go. And that's the Glitch for you. So it's a really awesome plugin. It's, like I said, a little outdated, and the developer will even tell you that on their website. But I think they're just saying that because they want people to buy the new one. And I honestly haven't had any problems with it in terms of crashing or anything like that. It works great, and I'm on Windows 8. So if it wasn't going to run good on Windows 8, it wasn't going to run good on anything. So let's go to the next plugin that I want to talk about, which is the Span. This is the Span Plus. So actually, let me go open up the other one. I want to talk about the Span Plus a little bit as well, but I think the reason why I'm going to bring this up is because this is probably the best spectrum analyzer you could probably find, free or not. This is fantastic. It's just awesome. So I think everyone needs to have this because it's super important to have analyzers, and this one is just the best. So there's a few things I like about it. So you can, all the windows are not fixed. You can make this as big or small as you need to be. You have correlation meters, output meters, and you can monitor your left and right. So, you know, if I set overlays, you know, if I go to the preset, I believe, of stereo mastering, or, you know, let me see. Yeah, I can color my left and right differently. So now I can have my right to be a different color. Let's see, I forgot how to really get the colors different. Maybe if I go to the right, oh, here we go. So I could set this to be, you know, yellow, and let's play this together. So now my left and right are different colors, and that's really neat. So that's one of the cool things that this plugin does. And other than that, it does really great things that a lot of analyzers should do but don't do. Like we can see right here, if I go to 50 hertz, that is a, am I at 50 hertz? Oh, that's at 60. If I go around 50 hertz, I'm at a G1, and it tells me that. So 50 hertz, it'll tell me what note that would be. So that is super helpful if you're tuning samples and things like that. And of course, if you need to get more precise, you know, if I would just want to see 100 to 20 hertz, I can just zoom in on it like this horizontally. And if I want to do a vertical zoom for some reason in the gain, I can do that as well. So really useful. I really recommend this for everyone to get, because I think this is something that everyone needs to have. So this is Mac and PC, and I want to talk about the Span Plus because this is like the pro version of this. It's not free, but it does something really awesome if you're interested in it. So what this one does, it does all the same stuff, but you have a import-export feature. So the way that works is kind of similar to how the NLS Waves plugin works. That's a nonlinear summer plugin. So the way that plugin works and the way this plugin works is I can drop a bunch of instances on this on different groups or tracks, and then I can use, in any one of those, I can control or see the other ones. So for example, if I drop this on a drums group, and then a saws group, and a bass group, and then finally on my master, I can go to the master one and then see all the other groups in different colors. So the way I showed you the left and right in different colors, you would then see your drums group in a different color and saws group in a different color. So this is kind of free because I have the demo version of it. So it's free, but the thing about the demo version is it does that thing where it cuts out the audio for like a second. So I can show you how it works. So I think we're right here on the group. So this one's on, and I just called it the saws group. So right here, so you can name the instance, I called it saws. And then I went to export to 4 like that. And so now if I turn this on, it might cut my audio out and my voice out for a second because it's a demo. But if I turn it on and then play it, you can see how the blue represents the stereo bus of, you know, where this is sitting on, because this is sitting on a send that is busting out my whole song before it's basically a pre-master. And then the other color was the saws group. So imagine if you could see your drums group on top of your saws group and all that. It just informs you so much. So that's what the Plus does, and it's really neat, not hard to use, but it's a really awesome plugin. So the last plugin I wanted to talk about now is Contact. So you might be thinking, Contact, like, isn't that, you know, why? You know, well, it's a free plugin first off, and it's a fantastic sampler. It's probably the most advanced free sampler ever. And I think the important thing about this is most people already have Contact, and if you don't have the complete bundle or whatever, you can still get the Reactor and Contact players free. But the reason why I bring this up is because more often than not, you'll work with somebody, and when you get to the sampler, like Logic's EX24 or Ableton sampler or simpler machines, like I have a lot of instruments based off of those, and when I bring hard drives, sometimes you just can't bring Ableton stuff into Logic or whatever. So it's actually pretty useful to kind of make yourself used to a really fantastic sampler like this. So the Contact is just a great player and sampler in general. So you don't even need a DAW to run this. I think it runs by itself. So let me save no changes to this. Let's just bring in we'll just grab a kick from my kicks back, drag it into this, and we can quickly tune this. And I prefer the way this tunes things. This sounds fantastic. I really think the algorithm for how it transposes audio is really great. It sounds a lot better than some other samplers and things like that, where it kind of shortens the wave too much when it transposes in one direction or another, or makes it sound kind of artifacty. So we'll just click here, expand it, and there's a lot of stuff to look at, but you see a modulator section, some sends that you can, you have inserts and sends and instrument buses and all this stuff. So, if you want to use all that, you can, but what I mainly do with this is just go to the wave editor, and then you have a lot of sample loop type options. You have a lot of splice loops, splice and sync kind of options. You have zone options. You have sample editor. So if you want to cut and move this around, you can do so much crazy shit with this. And then of course you have basic reverse and tune knob right here. So again, I could tune it from up here or down or up there. And it's just a fantastic sampler in general. So I would recommend it because it's a great free plugin, and it's also a great player. So sometimes you'll find on the internet for free user-made libraries for the Contact, and you can just install those there on your side in libraries, and it's free. The player is free, so why not? So it's kind of like Max for Live devices. Like if you have the full version of Ableton, you can always find thousands of free awesome plugins for Max for Live, and the Contact player is similar. You can find lots of free libraries for it, and the player itself is free, so it's really, I recommend it. And I think people that do have it already should maybe take a second look at it if you don't already use it for sampler or it's fantastic library. So of course, thanks guys for watching, and like I said, I'll put all these videos in a playlist down below. So yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you're new, and tell me what else you guys want to see, and of course, lates.